She thought he was different. The way he spoke, the way he smiled, the way he made her feel seen. But just like the others, he changed. The sweet words turned cold. The effort disappeared. And suddenly she was back in that same story. Another frog. Same heartbreak. Same lesson. But what if it's not just them? What if the reason you keep meeting frogs is because something inside you keeps calling them in? Your mindset. Your lifestyle. Your energy. They all speak even when your lips don't. And until you heal the version of you that entertains frogs, you'll keep finding them in every pond you swim in. Because not every prince wears a crown, and not every frog comes from the swamp. Now, let's talk about it. You meet a man charming, funny, confident. The kind that makes your heart race when his name pops up on your phone. He says all the right things. He tells you he's not like the rest, and for a while you believe him. You tell your friends, this one feels different, but slowly the red flags start showing. He cancels plans, stops calling as often, starts making you question your worth. And before you know it, you're sitting alone, wondering how you ended up here again. It's not a coincidence. It's a pattern. Because what we attract isn't random, it's a reflection of what we believe, what we tolerate, and how we see ourselves. The truth is, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are ready for. Some of us are still attracting frogs because we haven't healed the parts of us that keep them comfortable. The parts that crave attention more than peace. The parts that think love has to hurt to be real. The parts that were taught chaos is normal. Think about it. If you grew up watching love mixed with pain, you might mistake inconsistency for passion. You might think being ignored means you need to try harder. You might think emotional unavailability means you need to prove yourself. So when a man gives you anxiety, you call it chemistry. When he's unpredictable, you call it the spark. And when he's emotionally cold, you see it as a challenge instead of a red flag. Frogs thrive on that confusion. They can sense when a woman hasn't healed. They sense when you want to be chosen more than you want to be respected. They sense when your self-worth depends on their validation. They know exactly what to say, and they say it, because they know you'll fall for the fantasy. But here's something many people overlook. It's not just emotional wounds that attract frogs, it's also your lifestyle. If your life revolves around noise, chaos, and constant distraction, you'll keep meeting men who live in that same chaos. If your nights are filled with parties, endless scrolling, and trying to get attention online, guess who you'll attract? The kind of men who only love you when the lights are low and the music is loud. Men who want access to your vibe, but not responsibility for your heart. Because your lifestyle sends signals, silent invitations to the kind of energy that matches yours. You can't say you want peace while living in confusion. You can't say you want consistency when your habits are inconsistent. You can't say you want depth while swimming in shallow waters. Let's talk about your mindset too, because the way you think shapes what you see. If you keep saying all men are the same, your mind will filter every experience to confirm that belief. If you expect betrayal, you'll find it. If you think real love doesn't exist, you'll overlook it when it finally shows up. Your thoughts are magnets. Whatever you believe about love, yourself, and relationships, you'll keep proving yourself right. That's why healing isn't just emotional. It's mental. You can change your wardrobe, your friends, even your city, but if your mindset stays broken, you'll still attract frogs everywhere you go. So ask yourself, what do I really believe about love? Do I believe I deserve effort, or do I settle for excuses? Do I believe peace is boring, or do I crave the thrill of dysfunction? Now, how do you spot frogs before they waste your time? It's easy. Stop listening to what they say and start watching what they do. A frog will tell you he's different, but he won't show up differently. He'll talk about his goals, but never chase them. He'll say he respects women, but still flirt with 10 others on social media. He'll love bomb you when he wants your attention, then ghost you when he gets comfortable. Frogs reveal themselves in inconsistency, confusion, and manipulation. They'll make you question your sanity while pretending to be your safe space. But once you start loving yourself, those games won't even feel entertaining anymore. They'll feel childish. And that's the beauty of growth. Your healed version will get bored of what used to excite you. You'll start craving peace instead of drama, stability instead of attention, love that feels safe, not one that drains you. Here's the secret most people don't realize. You stop meeting frogs when you stop living in their world. When you elevate your energy, your environment, your standards, frogs can't survive there. They'll sense that you're no longer the type to tolerate crumbs. So focus on your goals. Build your life. Get so focused on becoming your best self that love becomes a bonus, not your mission. When you're chasing purpose, you'll naturally filter out distractions, because frogs can't follow women who are chasing something bigger than them. While you're building, learn to say no. No to inconsistency. No to emotional games. No to relationships that leave you tired instead of inspired. Protect your peace like it's gold, because when you do, you'll attract people who bring more peace, not take it away. And listen, this is not about blaming yourself for being hurt. It's about understanding your power, because once you recognize the patterns, you get to choose differently. You get to say, I've learned this lesson. I don't need to repeat it. You start realizing that every frog was a mirror, showing you something you needed to heal, release, or outgrow. And once you heal it, that version of love won't appeal to you anymore. Maybe it was never about finding better men. Maybe it was about becoming the version of you who no longer attracts the wrong ones. So take your time, heal your mind, clean your pond, and when you do, the frogs will hop away on their own, because they'll know your energy is no longer a place where they can hide. Maybe every heartbreak wasn't punishment. Maybe it was preparation for the version of you who finally knows her worth. Because, sis, when you heal, something magical happens. You stop chasing, and love starts finding you. You stop begging for effort, and consistency becomes normal. You stop craving attention and start attracting respect. So take a breath. You are not unlucky. You are evolving. And the moment you realize that, your entire story changes. Remember this. Healed women don't chase frogs. They attract kings. And the next time a frog comes hopping your way, you'll smile, step aside, and let him keep jumping, because your pond is closed.